Greetings and whatnot, fellow travelers. It's me, Dashboard Devil. I am back in the garage with some Corvette building for today. And we're just going to play around with some ideas, see what comes up. I've got a rough idea of what I want to try to accomplish, but no static design ideas actually. Just give me one quick moment. Forgot to do a couple of things. I was dinking around earlier and all my time vanished. And still playing catch up. Just give me 1 second here. If everything would cooperate, that'd be great. Hey, here we go. All right. We are at it. Okay, so what the hell is this contraption? This is basically sort of a mock-up I was working on using Crisscross's circle technique. I did not, however, I only got as far as the 8-sided circle, and I think we're just going to live with that and just see where it gets us. And if we decide to change directions, we'll just change directions, and that'll be fine. So, still setting up a couple of things here. All right, I think we're good. They changed the bottom of what these look like. And I could no longer tell where the right mark was in order to pull this circle off. So at the last minute, I had to find another part that I could do that with. And I found it in this piece right here. The relay joint. The markings on top are almost identical to the bottom. And so what I had to do was figure out where on this area was going to be the appropriate place to drop a free placed window. And had I not had to deal with that and was just able to do stuff, I wouldn't be so far behind. Well, that, and also I started playing a new game the other day. It's called The Last Caretaker. It's a fun little survival first-person shooter kind of thing. You're a robot that gets awakened, and it looks like everything and everyone is gone, including all of your fellow robots. All of your fellow robots are dead, and you find their carcasses littered about, and you have to go and put all these things back together, get them working, make a bunch of humans, and launch them into space to save humanity. So far, it's really interesting. It's a lot more cable management than I was expecting, but it's still a really fun game. And I think I might do a late night stream of it tomorrow night. But since Tuesdays are my traditional No Man's Sky, we are back here at No Man's Sky messing around with these Corvettes. So yeah, I had to figure out a new piece to do this with, and I got it pretty close. Like you can see over here, you can see that it's really close. But as you get back here, it gets closer and closer, and it's almost perfect right there, which is peculiar. um, and it's a little bit out as it goes here, and you can see right there in the center, it's like the little two center points right there are off from each other. But I don't think it's enough that's going to cause us too much of a problem. And basically what we have right here is two of the same thing going in two different directions. Yeah, hey, super soft drink, welcome in. Pardon my throat a little bit. Hold on, let me get a drink. Okay, hopefully that's better. All right, so um, that explains that. Hope you caught all of that. There'll be a test later. All right, so I'm just going to double these up. I want to see how off it is in both of these two directions. I don't think it'll be too off to really matter. But let's take a look. Nope, that's not bad. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I forgot I need to do this. So mainly what I'm looking for isn't necessarily that that I have all of these you know, like in a like a 16-sided circle or a 32. What I want is the ability to place things on diagonals and in opposite directions at the same time. So I'm creating a way so each one of these will have four of them all in one spot. And so that'll give me the ability to move that little structure around and change the direction really easily without having to do too much fuss constantly. Okay, I probably did a little overkill, but hey, that's what I do. I'm not worried about 100-part count limit because I've got the mod going on right now. So I'm not too worried. Alright, now the hard part is finding the spot where I'm supposed to lay these free placed windows down. And to describe to you exactly the place on here would be sheer madness to try to relay what this looks like to me. and how close I have to get to the screen in order to see the shadow of a spot that I need to free place that window on. It's it's madness, and I can't believe it only took me like 4 tries to get it. And it's super difficult to see it. That's why it's a little off when I showed that a minute ago. And I have to wait for the flashlight to go off of the spot because the flashlight washes it out a little too much, and I think I got it wrong on that one, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Overkill, no such thing. I can't get to sleep. Alright. That might be as close as I'm going to be able to get it without absolutely losing my mind. I need to remove some of these parts so I can see what we're dealing with. Because I forgot to do that earlier. Oops, I deleted it. Alright, let me get my part back. The relay joint. Apply those edits. And let's do this 2 times. All right. Oops, that was uncalled for. Pressing the wrong button like that. Man, finding this little spot is definitely madness. Hope that's it. Okay. Now we need to grab a hab. Alright, so it's not really easy to tell. However, you can tell the difference between which end is which when you're glitching. So you like flipping it around in a circle. You're not exactly sure which way the hab is pointing. But I happen to know that the right side of this, it would be normally the front of the hab where the cockpit would connect. And the left side is where the entryway would connect. And I know that by looking at the internal structure And over to the left, there's a lot more, I don't know, design parts, design elements inside the hab. So you can flip it around and you can see that it's different on both ends. And so this side, after doing some poking around, the side on the left being the rear end, um, I can now have control over which end faces which direction. So in doing this, I'm going to make it so where each time I do this, the same part, it's going, the back end will always be on the left side, is a better way to explain that. And that way I can take that piece and move it over to the other side and have those parts go in two different directions. And it'll make a little bit more sense as I go along here. But the key thing that I'm trying to do is just so I can have easy rotational access of rotational axes of parts. Because, quite frankly, we should have that in the game anyway. And it doesn't make sense that we don't. I mean, I'm sure it made sense to Hello Games, but it doesn't make sense to the people who want to do stuff like this. Hey, what's happening, Delta One? Welcome in. How you doing, my friend? Just messing around with some crisscross techniques. Alright, so now we've got those laid out. And put one of these all the way around so that we can delete the habs. And then just fill that back in with these. The azimuth reactor. Chilling, about to do dinner with the fam. Right on. That goofy heart. I need to find out how to remove that heart thing. No one ever uses it. And it always obscures the last comment. Okay, let's delete that. So what are you having for dinner? Oh, you can show super easy. Nice. Okay. Okay, so we should have in here eight. Okay, we have not done something correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There should be 8. Ah, okay. turkey meatballs that my wife hid a bunch of vegetables in to trick the kids. That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. Until they're old enough to not do that anymore. Okay. All right, we might. Are we? Let's see, I think there's only 6 here. You have to think about that. Okay, I think 6 is all we actually need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think that's. I don't know, something doesn't seem right. I wonder if I accidentally flipped one of the things back the wrong way. In which case, I'm just gonna run with it because I think we can deal with that. Okay, so trying to think what I want to do with this and where I want to go with it. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now why aren't you doing this correctly? Here we go. Okay, now we're getting it. Pardon me while I hush. Builder's hush, y'all. Builder's hush. Like I said, I've got some general ideas with this. Nothing nothing concrete, just playing around with ideas. Sometimes this happens where it's not carrying over all of the different iterations as you radiate out. And I'm not exactly sure why it does that. But it is slightly annoying. And if anyone has any questions as I'm going along, just feel free to ask. Mostly there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Come on. This is a little bit of the tedious point, but we're getting there. Hey, double tap, Maxi Bloke, welcome in. Now you know how delete all this and build a space Cadillac. Space Cadillac, huh? Ooh, my Space Elvis. I don't think so. Okay. Come on, you. Alright, we might just have to... Oh, wait, that one. So close. I'd rather be Space Elvis than regular Elvis, seeing how he's dead and all. I mean, sure. He is dead and all. Okay. Take this one out here, and then I'll start deleting a bunch of the other stuff. And just hopefully this is enough. will figure it out otherwise. All right. I think it was getting interference from too many other things around, and that's why it wasn't doing all of them. Okay. Here we go. No, we're not exiting. Saying and all is better than saying dead and badly decomposed, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, I would rather be space something than dead something. Sure. Any day. That would make me happy. Okay, come on. Get in there. Okay. One last shot at this. All right. Okay, come on. All right, not cooperating. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. Bring this back out here. I'll do the same thing over here. Oops, deleted the wrong side. What's the max? Oh, the max is 100 parts. I've got a mod that allows me to ignore that, but I use it just in order to be able to build all of this infrastructure. That I'm just going to delete later. And right now I want to be able to save my progress, so I'm going to connect these with just a single bit all the way across. And then we can really get started on this. I normally like to take care of all of this in advance and get the basic structure going, but I was running late for a multitude of reasons. One of them was playing a new game. Okay. So, what do I want to do? Oh, the game I've been playing is, yeah, only 100 parts. It's ridiculous. It really needs to be a minimum of 150, in my opinion. Like 150 would be solid and easily doable. Okay, so let's go over here. Oh, I don't want it this high. Or do I? Do I care? So silly. So kind of the idea I'm going for with this one is sort of like an arc out here and then an arc over there on the other side, and then just doing something interesting down the center. Oh yeah, I was about to say that, but then I went back to the 100 parts comment. Yeah, the new game that I started playing is called The Last Caretaker. And you are a robot that wakes up in the middle of the ocean on this sort of platform. It's not like an oil rig, but it kind of looks like an oil rig. And you have to go in and get power on again, and so you can recharge your own batteries. And there's all kinds of fuel at your disposal. There's solar panels and wind turbines, diesel engines, gas engines, and you just sort of bumble your way through getting all of this stuff recycled and into usable things to then sail on the ocean, and eventually you will raise humans and launch them into space to save humanity. I've heard that mentioned. It's basically Wall-E the game. I mean, kinda like Wall-E, just like collected and compacted trash and kept some bits as memento. And there's that in the game too. But you're actually recycling and making new things powering your ships. You can sail on the ocean and save humanity. Eva did way more to save humanity than Wally did. Wally. It is a fun game. It's rather addictive. The sucky thing is if you go and play it, if you go to play the demo before deciding to buy it, just know that all of your progress does not convey to the game. So play it out for a little bit, but don't do the whole demo and decide whether or not you want to stick with it or not. So in doing what I have done allows me to be able to do stuff like this. And you can do it like that. Or you can flip this over here. And do it like that. You can also move that there. And you can do a thing like that. And that's kind of what I did on, I don't know if you guys saw, so my last stream I did I showed off my Star Trek style ship. It has a big disc and it has nacelles like a Star Trek ship. Definitely that was a fun one to put together. Hey there, Gunboat Willie. How's it going? Welcome in. And if you like watching crows do crow things, then go check out Gunboat Willie. Gotta go check him out. Alright, what part do I want to use? Sometimes I'll just grab a part and just have no idea if it might look absolutely terrible, but I try it out anyway. Because that might make me think of something else. That's weird that it's not showing as connected until I... What is happening here? That is not cool. Why is that? Dang it. See, it's fine on that side. Okay. The last caretaker. What do the pointy parts look like with the previous parts on the end? We'll take a look. Ambassador Heavy Booster. Not great. I don't know. I guess under a different context, that might be interesting. I don't know why these aren't showing as connected. It's very rude. Let's see here. I'm a little brain foggy the last couple of days. I had a medical procedure done. It's called platelet-rich plasma injections. Take a bunch of your blood, in my case 120 cc's, whip it around in a centrifuge and get platelets and plasma, and then they inject it back in to heal a part of your body. And my was it painful. Place them back on with a pointy part on the end. Truss 2 to see if the point sticking out through looks good. Let's, so this one. And then pointy end on the truss on out here. Oh no, that's not connecting. Because there's two parts already on there. It's not wanting to connect. Yeah, it is not wanting to connect. Remove the other pointy parts. Yeah, and this one, that one's not doing much. I believe that one is also a bust. What about the Arcadia wing? The heck? That should be doing it just fine. Why? Come on, man. This doesn't make any sense. That's the thing about glitching. Sometimes it can be a bit of a pain in the ass with all of the good intentions. Like that should be sliding over there, but it's just wrapping around the other side. Oh, for a brief second. See, it popped. There we go. That's it. Okay. Kind of like that. But just want to see what this looks like. Kind of like that, but needs a lot more work. But what about, what's that part? What would be a good part for that spot? Almost. Looks kind of interesting. But there's too many gaps in between everything for it to work. What does this one look like? Oh no, that looks interesting. That has less gap in between it. Oh, that could be something completely altogether different. Like that might be cool as part of like the center part of this. I do like that. That is kind of cool. How does it look with the end part swapped so the dimple is in the middle? I don't know. I don't know. Are we still talking about that pointy end piece? Or these two pieces right here? The end pieces you have on now. So like reverse them. No. Come on, man. Okay, that's not working. But I wasn't planning on putting anything out here anyway. So let me come back over here and try it on this side. The harder it is to build, the the bigger the payoff. That's true. That is true. Some of my harder builds have been a huge payoff. But that was interesting. That slid all the way that. Okay, that one's not doing it. Okay. Okay. Has an interesting sort of knife point, knife blade point look to that. Can they move out a little bit more so they touch the next one? Like these are already touching. Disregard. Okay. I do kind of like this look though. And I don't mind it being that tall either. Because like whatever center part that I build will kind of make up for that, I think. It'll just be kind of a beefy center area that's kind of tall. Yeah, I've got an idea in my head. It won't look exactly like that, but we'll get it as close as we can. I'm liking this. I'm not sure how to go about this area right here. But I do like that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do this on this side as well. And if it gets weird, then I can always change it later. Oops. And that one. Shape is pretty good with those, yeah. I was thinking of the dimple in the middle just so it wasn't a regular disc shape. Oh, okay. I kind of like it because it has this sort of faceted look around look about it. Like while it's roundish, it kind of looks faceted like a gemstone. And if you didn't know, I I used to be a jeweler many years ago, and I kind of dig this vibe. It's reminding me of a round cut diamond. Okay, what else can we do? Feel like running with some cowlings maybe. Oh, I did want to experiment a little bit. I think that might end up being in the center part, some of these newer parts. Oh, what about... That's not what I want. What about now? Oh, oh, that's funny. Which one looks better though? And will this do that same thing? Probably not. I can't catch a break like that. But then merge it with the Aeron drive. We'll have to cut across with this. Let's grab a hab over here. And we'll put a second one up. And then we'll do a ducting outlet. And then do the ducting outlet again. We're going to bring that down. There we go. And then grab the Aeron drive again. Let's take that out and see what it looks like. It's close, but I think we need to merge it down one. So we will grab another hab, put it underneath. Let's see, can we grab that one? I'll move that over there. Flip that back. There we go. The dashboard diamond. Okay, so that like gets that to merge in there really nice. Slightly off, but no one's going to notice that. And so we've got this engine on top of that part right there. Let's get rid of that. That's kind of cool. We might leave that for now and then address it later on. And see if it still makes sense later. Maybe work in something like this in there. Some interesting things we can do for sure. Just want to see what this looks like. Huh. you being so complicated? Okay. That one's going that direction, but this one is going the opposite direction. Oh, there it goes. Had it on the wrong snap point. But this one is just being difficult. Ah, just one of them. Okay, now let's give that a shot. There we go. That did it. Alright, I should apply edits real quick. Save that. Gotta head out again. I've dropped a like and we'll catch the video to see the finished specimen at a later time. Have fun, Dash. See you all later, chat. Have a great one, Maxie. We will catch you later. Okay. Back at it. Pardon me just a second. I'm going to get a drink of water real quick. All right. That's a little better. We're back now. Okay. What else do we want to do next? I feel like sort of ramping up the top part a little bit will be the way to go. Let's try the Super Cruise cowling. Let's delete these for now. Delete that one right there. And there we go for that one. I do like the way this ring of color happens right there. I wonder if we can put in, because I like dropping in the azimuth right down into there. Oh no, it's making the blade go down below it. Okay. That's not half bad. Interesting. Okay, that's pretty cool, actually. Oops, I went in the wrong place. I have a feeling, regardless of what I do, this is going to end up being more than 130 or 100 parts. That's not going in there because of those parts sitting there. Dang it. Or is it not going because of something different? I think that might be something different causing that. Okay, come on. Oops. That shouldn't be there. Okay. Okay. Something went wrong along the way. And I'm trying to figure that out. Just delete that for now. Alright, I'm gonna have to do a thing. Oh shit, I don't think I can do that thing. Alright. Going to have to do this the old-fashioned way, I believe. And we're going to have to get a Titan class landing bay. Okay, that's what I thought. Alright, we're going to apply those edits and we're going to do a little bit of glitching. Alright, drop that there. I wish it would quit telling me about derelict freighters being unlocked. That is super annoying. just on this save file too. Okay. Back to the edits. Alright, we're going to take that, rotate it around. We're going to do the same thing over here. Alright. Now let's delete that and that ladder. And see if, that might not have done it, but we're going to see. Huh. Not sure what went wrong over here. Ah, there, we got it back. Okay. Alright, that worked. Now we're talking. There we go. Drop one of those back in the center. Okay, that's coming along. Delete that stuff out. Ooh, that was interesting. Oh. Let's see if they'll all do that. Yeah, so far. That's pretty sweet, actually. Now the trick. Ah, yes. Nice. We're doing it. Okay, that's coming along. But then want to do the opposite. Flip it around like this. See if we can get it to squeeze in there. No, so it wants to do that. But I don't think I like that. I think all of these are in the way now. Flip it around. No, it's still wanting to do that, which I don't want it to. Oh. Okay, I get what it's doing. It's all about how these parts like to interact with each other. Okay, let's see if this works. There we go. That's it. That's the ticket right there. Is that right? Is that the color I want it? I don't know. We'll play around with that a little bit. See where it gets us. Alright, but I definitely want to copy this part. And we should be deleting a bunch of these parts anyway. What does that look like? Okay, I can always delete that later if I decide not to go with it. Okay, come on. This one does not want to cooperate. There it goes. Had to call it out first. Okay, I don't like that after all. Okay, and then get rid of that, I think. That. Alright, let's tackle this third one over here on this side. Yo, Grimy, what up? How goes it? Just doing a little glitch building. Oops. Did not want to do that. Okay. I can delete that. Grab that cowling. Flip it upside down. We can delete that one and that one. I was like, how is that not red stated right now? It's because of this piece right there. And later on, we'll start thinking about colors to use. I wonder if Let's see if I forgot to check to see if the turbine cowling would look interesting in that spot. Ooh, that does look interesting. I think that looks a little bit better than this one. What are you up to, Grimy? How you doing today? Come on. Fuck it. It is not wanting to get in there. Let's see if I can delete these. Let's try it again. There we go. Don't know if I like that though. I don't think I like that transition of those two items. Do like that turbine cowling though. And I like how it's kind of going to dip down in the center a little bit. And then whatever is down here, it's going to take up all of this room, so it'll come down and touch down in the middle. Just chilling, right on. It's kind of a quiet day today. Might pick up later. I'm sure there's larger streamers streaming way more interesting things right now. When I'm all done, I'm gonna have to like turn off the mod so I can figure out how many parts I'm actually using on this Corvette. I don't think it'll be it might not actually end up being 100 once I delete most of these reactors out of here. Ooh. Oh, but that's pushing the other. Damn it. I don't want it to push that down. Okay. It's not, oh, that could be interesting. What direction was that? Okay. I don't think we're going to be able to do that. Nope. Oh, this still has those underneath. Oh, that's how that's sitting up there. Okay, that I can do. That's easy enough to put back in. And then I can grab that. That's... Okay, that's kind of cool. That might work. Hope you're feeling better. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Like my foot hurts. I can't stand on it for too long. It's a big pain in the ass, but gotta do it. Gotta get it taken care of. It's driving me a little bit stir crazy. Oh, now those are buried in there. Is that it? Nope. Oh, come on, that's weird. Now it's not letting me get... Alright, I'm gonna have to... Well, now that it's buried in there, that's not terrible. It's probably gonna eat the hell out of my base parts, though. My Corvette parts. Easy enough to take out if I need to. No! Oh, dude, it's not turned the right direction. Shit. Of course. And it's not going to be turned in the right direction. I'm going to have to do a whole ass thing again. Alright. Damn it. That's alright. We got this. Okay, I need it to go. Ah, come on. This is ridiculous. Oh, okay. That's just a half step in. So, what I can do is grab this. Grab the cowling, or not the cowling, the ducting outlet. Drop that down there. And then we need Titan landing bay. Save those edits. I'm putting some good vibes out there for you. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's going to be an interesting 6 weeks. But hopefully everything will be much better and I can be back up to my old tricks and I can get back to exercising again, all that kind of stuff. It'd be nice. All right. Corvette workshop. Wait, did that actually flip around? Okay, yeah. All right. So that's flipped around. That means that goes like that. Should be able to delete all of this, hopefully. Hopefully I did that right. And I did it. So wheat. All right. I think I gotta do it again over here. Just keep repeating that process. There we go. Let's see if that one did it. There's 4 different directions it could be in. Oh yes, nailed it. Right. Right on. It is starting to come alive. Definitely starting to come alive. Okay. Right. Almost. Is that right? There we go. Okay, I thought I was going to start having a problem. Okay. Still a decent way to hide some of those reactors to get those extra boosts. Oh, you know what? I need to come over here and upgrade it real quick so that it has plenty of room to expand all of the things into all of the upgrades that it puts in there. Upgrade Starship. I am running on creative. It still costs nanites, but So as many of these that I do, it's just so much easier to do creative for them. Oh, that was interesting. I don't remember the fog being so thick down there. That's pretty cool. And then this little barrier that comes up when you fly toward it. I don't remember that being that way. But it's been a long time since I like flew at that area. So who knows? Lots of things change in the background all the time. Get some augmentations. Crank these all the way out. And they just keep coming and they won't stop coming. All right. And that's plenty. Oops. Whoa, almost teleported myself away. All right. It almost looks like these are like separate ships that are like stuck together. You can just break off and attack. That would be so freaking cool if we could make that happen. Okay. One of the things I'm going to need to do is this. That's peculiar. Okay, something's not quite working. Let's see if we can get this to work. Okay, that is working after all. Okay. Alright, so we need this over here. Okay. There we go. That hopefully did the trick. Okay, it did not do the trick. Should have. That should have done it. Something's not right. It's going in that direction, but it needs to go in the opposite direction. Oh. There it goes. Okay. Yes. Perfect. That way I didn't need to do the spin around hab thing like I did on this side. Okay. And we want this cowling over here. No, we need to do this first. Okay, just one back there is all we need. And then we need to grab this one and flip it upside down, or keep it flipped upside down. Ah, that's what we needed to do. We just needed a fresh angle on it. And oops, we need one of those back in there. There we go. Okay. That one's already done. Okay. One up top. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Just doing a bunch of glitch buildy bullshit. Hey, Pale Rider, what's happening? Haven't seen you in a minute. What's up? What's happening? Just doing glitch buildy bullshit over here. Just making dinner and watching you glitch out. I am certainly doing it. I am definitely glitching the fuck out. It sure would be nice if habitats would just open up, like when you put two of them together, there's like an option to remove that wall and just open it up. That way I could glitch a circle of these fucking habs and it would all just be an open round room. That would be so dope. Which pieces are you talking about, Grammy? The reactors. Oh, yeah. So that is a method from Crisscross. That's how he achieves all of what he does. And you're basically like hand placing a bunch of windows in such a way that when you add habitats to them, they're pointed in the opposite direction from how they would normally go. And when doing so, it's almost like the different directions can't see each other, so they can occupy the same space. I did something wrong, and there's only 7 in the center instead of 8, which is what it should be. So I messed up one of the habitat directions. So, you know, and you can tell by like do this, get this out of the way. But you can see that little hub adjacent to the green stated gun. You can see it has 4 little gaps in it. That means there's 4 of them in a circle. And then over here in the center, there's just 1 gap, so that means there's 7 of them in the circle. And so yeah, I screwed that up. But I've just been making do and glitching into the direction that I need them to glitch in when I do that part. Okay. I do need to hide some thrusters in there. Of course, they're not going to be out here unless I twist some shit around. Okay, I've seen his vid, need to rewatch his tutorials. Y'all make it look so easy. It's a big pain in the ass, and I honestly, like, I was putting it together earlier in the stream, and I think I lost a lot of people because it's really boring as fuck to watch me put together the center part. At least I think so, and I'm sure that's why most people left earlier. But yeah, so now that we're up and rolling, we're like actually getting some shape in here, and I think we're finally in a good spot. And so I'm deleting most of these because it's just going to eat into my part count if I don't. Then I come back here and stick this in there, there, drop that up there, because I have to do that because I want this thick part of this one to be under the thin part of the one above it. And see, it likes the thick ends like to meet with each other, but I have to put that reactor over in order to get this to happen. And then I can delete that. I do like how that slope comes down in the middle, and it doesn't have that same kind of dome on the top and then dome on the bottom, kind of just like a plain old ordinary flying saucer kind of thing. It does seem like a lot of work at the start. It is a lot of work at the start, especially when you screw stuff up right at the beginning. Because I got it, I did start a little bit of it before the stream started, but I ran out of time to really verify to make sure everything was sitting there correctly. So I've had to do a lot of refactoring and doing the little habitat twist glitch in order to fill in the parts, and that's kind of taken a lot of time too. Let's get rid of all this. And what kind of guns do I want on this? I'll go for cyclotron, I think. But that's not the right color. And we'll play around with colors too later on. Oh yeah. Kind of hidden. I like that. Yeah, that's nice. Just barely sticking out there. Let's see if I can get it to happen over here too. Nope, it's pointing in the wrong direction because of the piece underneath it. Alright, I might need to rethink that a little bit. I still need to, there's still like 4 Corvettes that I need to go back and work on again. I've been kind of putting it off, and I need to just go ahead and do it. Just need to do it. Still need to figure out some engines on this thing though. Okay. What if I went with a different kind of cowling? What does this look like? If I can get it over here. Oh no, that's not. Oh, okay. That's not going to work like I thought it was going to. Let's try the Speedbird cowling. There's too much interference. Alright, I'm just going to have to cut all of this back. Okay. Much respect to the patience you possess. I made the city block for CLN and that was challenging enough without any glitching involved. Yeah, I had a platform for community late night for a little bit, and I ended up just not liking it all, and I also needed a Corvette space on that save file, so I ditched it, but I do want to come back at it and do it again. Okay, this is where it's getting a little tricky. Definitely a bit tricky. Okay. No, that's not what I want. What does the Vesper cowling look like? Let's try that again. I don't like this transition between the two though. That's the only thing I don't like in this. But I think I can. Let's do this. Let's put that there. Put that here. Yeah, and one of the things about building like this is it takes a while. Like, but the result, like Maxie said earlier, it is so worth it the more difficult the ship is to build. Okay, so see that transition is much better. It interferes a little bit with how that looks. So let's delete that one. Delete that. Come back up to the speed bird again. Now that looks a bit better. That is looking a little better. It doesn't look like this weird abrupt transition. It looks like it flows into the other piece. Look at that. And that's the kind of thing that you're looking for when you do stuff like this, where you pick a part and you just slap it on there and you're like, okay, that kind of works, but not quite. So then you futz with it and you move it over like a half step and sink it down a little bit, and then you get something like that, which is much closer to what I had in mind in doing this. And it's got a decent looking profile. All right, so we're going to go ahead and repeat that process. So since I decided not to go with that one, we'll delete that. I'll delete all of this. And then come back over here because we wanted to try out what this would look at. See what this longshore cowling would look like. And that might be a little too... I like it, but it's going to start interfering with the hab section if we run with that. But that is really nice though. Keep accidentally hitting that button. What I'm trying to do is make it so I can see that without the shadow. That does blend together pretty nicely, but like I said, it's going to interfere with the hab section, so we want that level clear. And so we're just going to do like we did on that one. Come over here with the ducting outlet, slap that on there, drop that. Nope, not quite down to the level it needs to be. There we go. Put that there. Sometimes there we go. Yeah, okay. That's it. This is how we do it. And getting into this little area right here, it's getting tighter and tighter to work in. And eventually I'll probably need to delete the center part out or raise it up. I might just raise it up to get it out of the way. Okay. All right. I like the way that's coming together in the middle like that. Oh, damn it. Deleted the wrong part. Alright, now we'll do it on the other side. Then after a while of doing this, you get kind of the hang of it and you can go a little bit faster so it's not all super slow. Kind of speed things up a little bit. Okay, man, I'm so used to the other building menu. It's years of muscle memory thwarted by the way they decided to make building happen for Corvettes. Uh-oh. Oh, that didn't... Okay, I messed that up. Oops. Gotta do that again. There we go. Still don't understand why they changed the button layout. To make it more difficult to naturally glitch. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I can't guarantee that, but I think that's what happened there. Just want to see what this looks like. And if it makes sense. The way they're stuck together, it's not doing it how I want it to do. All right, I think that's out. Okay, so I'm going to take this. And I'm looking really closely at the inside of the hab to make sure I've got this going in the correct direction. Oh, and I need to drop that down a half. But first, I'm gonna double check just to make sure. Yep. Okay, we've got that on the correct end. Once again for the ducting outlet. It really is a glitch builder's best friend in so many ways. Oh, that's what I needed to do. Actually, that was, oops. I just hit every wrong button all at once. Let's go ahead and apply edits. Save. Get kind of a look-see. Oh yeah, so it's just barely clipping into the corner. And that's what we want, just barely clipping in. Okay. I like that profile. All right. I wonder if let's see here. Wonder what this looks like. Does that look goofy? I think that'll look all right, actually. Maybe. Oh, and what if we did something like hard frame cowling? No. Not bad. What was that other one that I wanted to use earlier? Longshore cowling. How does that blend in? Not very well. Even less. Okay. All right. Oh wait, I wanted to see about adding some of this in. Oh, I know how we do that. And then it's like a lot of these parts need like a bottom for them to work out. So you need something like this, but that's a little too low. I want it up a little higher. That's too high. And another thing, it takes some like really thinking it through to get to where you want to be as you're putting stuff together. I want longer habs, so we're going to do longer habs through here. There we go. How's that looking? So like you can see that piece cutting right through that. So I'll probably make this room inaccessible, but it still looks good on the, you know, as you're putting stuff together. And then to fill in some of that space, you can grab one of these, like the hard frame diffuser. That puts that little faceted edge right there. So it has sort of a semi-round look to it. Grab another double hab. We can start to see the center part take shape a little bit. Got to put some thrusters back on it. Probably, actually, this is a good spot up underneath here. That's kind of a perfect spot. Sublight thruster. Thruster. So much thrust. The trick is getting it to snap in the correct place. There we go. Yeah, I kind of tucked away up underneath there like that. Although it's one of those things that you wouldn't really design that way in real life because, like, you don't want the thrust hitting part of the ship right there. So I might actually rethink that part a little bit. And I can do something like this. Ooh, I can put the thruster up underneath here. Let's see, how does that go? That's a little better. That might be. Okay, come on. Get in there. Alright, get rid of that. Let's move this over. That almost looks right. Delete all these because the walkways would be all interfered with. Let's do the same thing on this side. If it'll work. There we go. to delete some of this stuff. Grab that thruster. Put it underneath. And do several of these. Oops, grab the wrong thing. Same thing over here. Wait, how did I do this? Okay, yeah, I did do the same thing. Okay. All right. Oh, those are lopsided. No, I don't like that. That's a little better. I wish we had different cockpits already, because like I'm getting tired of these three. It might be better to have the Titan. And then do something like... Oh, yeah. What does the Vesper diffuser look like up there? Not quite. What about this? Oh, you know what? I think I know what part might be good there. The Speedbird nacelle rim. Oh, that's interesting. It's on that angle. Let's see if we can get it to do the same thing over here. No. Oh, that's actually kind of dope looking. Okay, what about Speedbird dome rim? Oh, that looks interesting. The trick is, what is it going to be like on the backside? Can we actually get in to pilot it? Let's apply these edits. Oh, that part is just eating all the way through. That's not going to fly. See, over here I can deal with that. I think that one just got stuck in there wrong. You can still, like, check it out. I can still... Haha, nice. Can still fly in first person, unobstructed view. But it's like from behind. That's hilarious. That's kind of, it could not have been more perfect. I think that's just something that I accidentally put there and it doesn't need to be there. But I also don't like that after all. Do a short. Oh, and then I can put more thrusters on the back. That will work out. Oh yeah. I needed this. And I need those to go right there. There we go. And we need something for this. Okay. And then let's get some thrusters on here. More engines, boosters and thrusters. What's that look like? No, I like that single one. All right, now what is that part that was obstructing? It must have been some, oh no. So why does that one? Oh, it's in a different direction. Just need to get it to... Is that right? No. Get rid of that for a second, see if that helps fit that into place. Oh, that's what it did. It fit in that way. There we go. Can move that out. Don't need that. But does that interfere? Okay, that pops in there a little bit. And it definitely pops in here. But I was planning on cutting that off anyway. So that's easy enough to cut off access to, or just build something random inside there that's just like a little sunken in area. That would be easy enough to do, I think. And then I guess we just delete all of this. Do I want that showing? What about... What does the hard frame cowling look like over the top of that? Not great. I'd rather have this flip around, but it's not. Okay, maybe it is going to work. It's got two little antennae on it. I want to fill in that space though. I don't think I like that. That could be cool if there was a centerpiece that fit that better. What would fit in there? Hey, Muttley, welcome in. How you doing? Just cranking out a new ship. Let's see. Just trying to figure out what piece to put in that spot. I feel like every time they give us new pieces that like there's like bonuses, but then there's like that's not really working entirely well, and there's gaps in between, and why does this keep switching parts instead of just flipping it around? Had two new ones recently, thought I'd take a break from it. Yeah, I saw those that you posted. Those are pretty crazy. Oh, come on. Why are you not fitting in there? That's just obnoxious. And I really don't like this anyway, so... That just doesn't look right. One is fine, but a double stack of that is not working for me. I mean, it's not my favorite, but it is doing the thing. Yeah, the vertical side pieces are okay, I guess. They always do weird stuff with the ends. Notice, yeah, they do. Like, in the sides look weird. And it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, God forbid you might want to have smoothness. Yeah, I went through like a whole thing about blending these two parts together because they don't really there's a huge gap in between them otherwise. So this one I moved half a step in and half a step down and got it to fit in like that. And now it looks like an actual like piece that was molded to transition together like that. We shouldn't have to do all the work on that. But here we are. Just trying to see if I can get this to do a thing, but I don't think so. Because another part's in the way. Oh, what a... That's actually not bad. And so what is that going to look like with the hard frame cowling? That's what we need to find out now. Oh, the Vesper cowling. No. No. I liked it better the other way. What does Super Cruise look? No, God, that looks hideous. Speedbird looks the best. The angularity of the Aeron pieces are fun. Figuring out how to hide the red blobs, though. Yeah, sometimes the red blobs work. Sometimes they do not. The huge Aeron diamond and a couple of the other pieces do the displacement thing too. Yeah, I had that's how I ended up with one up and one down. Like I put them on up here and then I put the azimuth um, reactor in there and then it pushed that one down below. So I had to put another azimuth reactor down below that one, delete those two, got two of them to merge together, put the azimuth back in the top and one of them pushed down. And you can do the same thing with the little flying saucer. I think I might get rid of that. It's just not doing what I had hoped. It's just a weird shoehorned in looking thing now. Maybe we need to follow it up with this. Oh, now we're talking. Yeah. That's making all of that fit together so much better now. Look at that. Can I drop a reactor inside of it? That's the trick. Come on, azimuth. Nope, I'm going to have to glitch it in there. That's alright. It's worth it. Do I have it? Oh, I deleted it. I had the whole cluster of glitched stuff right in the center, and I deleted it all, thinking that I was done. DeLorean styling at the front a little bit. Oh, that diamond drags it all together. Yeah, it does. Like it does tie the whole thing together. Like, damn, that is slick. I kind of want to redo this front. I like the way it is in the middle. Let's apply those edits real quick. So I love this aspect to it, that you can see those parts through here, but when you sit in it, you can still see perfectly, almost unobstructed view, just off to the sides, but it's pretty rare that I look off to the sides that far. But freaking cool. I like it. This I could turn into like a walled off area, or I could put like just hide that with some other things. I might do that. I don't mind this intruding on that side right there. There's plenty of other spaces. I can even drop a hab down in the center. Yeah, that would actually be pretty cool. Have 3 small habs across there. I like it. Use the habs to build pieces in where you want them and delete them once you have your placement. Yeah, that's what I normally do. I did that so much on this build. If you were to go back, it would definitely be a whole ass thing about that. I need to figure out more weaponry. Okay, that's... Oh, okay, you just can't see it. Okay. I know. What's that part? This part down here. Let's remove this. And then drop in the hot dogs. This is what I like to call them because they look like goofy ass hot dogs. Still have not figured out how to use these in any build that I like to build. So they naturally double up like that. And then I can just, now there's 2 snap points. Super easy way to do that. And so I should now be able to do that. And then do that. Very, very easy. So the little hot dog thing only works when a hab is above one of these thrusters. That's the only time that actually does that. Now I can just put everything back in. Oh, and I can put a cannon up here. Where's my cyclotron? Oh shoot, I got a whole bunch of snap points. Perfect. Shifting off to the backwards angle. Funny. That one's kind of buried a little too much. Oh, but again, okay, I thought I could put one of these up here. Oh, there we go. Don't really need that, but it looks kind of cool, so I might just leave that there. I gotta tackle this part up here. I'm just glad for you that your azimuths all face the way you want them. I do a lot of the manual window repeat placements. No, and often I will find them one side has reversed. Yeah, like it does happen quite a bit. Shrink wrap vegan hot dogs. Exactly. I just don't like that roundness in front here. Just want to see what this looks like. It completely crosses out. Interesting. Wouldn't be able to fly it in first person, but that gives the whole thing an interesting shape that I had not expected. I don't know about that though. What's this look like? No, not that. But that's blocked by the other piece. It looks better though. What if I got rid of that? And then just did this like I had earlier on it already. That looks better, I think. And that way there's a little bit more viewing area. Do this too. I don't know, I might change that back. I don't know if I like that. Oh, and then what about, I could do hard frame cowling upside down. Huh, I used to be able to, like, make that work. And it would cover up the thrusters in an interesting way. No, I didn't have windows under it. I just put those in there. I was just deciding if it was interesting enough to put down below, but I don't know. Why won't it let me put something over those? Alright, delete that. Put that there. And then see if I can force these. Nope. Used to be able to get them to double up right there. Alright. Gonna have to do it. Okay, it's not... Thought it was gonna work. Oh man, that's still not gonna work. Fine. Fine. I guess. Yeah, that works all right, I think. Did you know that those vertical thrusters should be called Buccaneer windows? They remind me so much of captain's cabin windows in pirate ships. Oh, you have to place the thrusters, then put the slope on it. Yeah, like it used to work just fine, and now like I tried it both ways and it didn't function right. All right. I think that's like I am liking this now. Like I do like the windows there better than what I had before. I didn't like that weird roundness of the front end. Um, the windows are just better. But I could extend it out farther if I wanted to. I don't know if I want to though. But now I want to play around with the color. God, I can't imagine what the part count on this thing is. I'll disable my mod later on and find out. I don't want to do that right now. Interesting. Gold. Oh. That blue with the red. I don't want to do red because I've already got a red saucer-like thing and I don't want another one. Turquoise and teal. Not quite. Purple and yellow. No. Oh, what about the maroon? That's kind of cool. This is what I do when I'm unsure of how it's all going to color. Tint cycle through. Metallic. Red. Ooh, ha ha ha. Yeah, I do like the full red, but I've already got a saucer ship that's red. This feels enough different that it doesn't look like it's trying to mimic that. But it's nice. But I want to mess around with other colors. I know I don't like this kind of color. I'm not olive drab tan kind of. To me, those are all wasted palettes. But I'm sure some people like them, and that's fine. Like this. Like if you're doing some kind of role play thing, military, that kind of stuff, I can see that. Gray, blue. That's okay. No, I love purple, but I don't like this in purple. Don't normally like green. Still don't know that I like that. Whoa. That is stark. I've already got a couple of ships like it. Well, in that color scheme. The azure blue was nice. Yeah, I do like that one too. I was trying to figure out why I like Aeron stuff so much. Then I remembered the OEM Batmobile. Right. Yeah, for sure. Uh, eh. I mean, what if that was like the basis? And we just added some accent to it. And then we could do stuff like turn in that red. a little bit of accents. Mostly dark gray, then little flashes of red. I'll think about that. What about, okay, we did that, and I'm not a fan of orange. Like I don't get that on ships. I don't understand. And there's literally 4 orange options. That one actually looks less, or it looks more like a yellow to me. But, you know, or a gold. And I think we exhausted everything. Let's go back to this. This might be the one, quite frankly. And I don't, I love the metallic. I'm all about the metallic. What would that look like? Flip to red. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, those oranges. Oh, yeah, the gunmetal gray is pretty cool, and it's kind of like a toss-up between that and this. Have you tried putting a sofa on the outside and using the colors from that? Oh, I forgot about doing that. Let's do that real quick. I forget how you do it. Can you tell me? I can't remember. My mind drew a blank. Yeah, the internal decor pieces. You can do that with the black hole light as well. That has all of the um, freighter color palette on it. Man, I do like this. It's too wide for the shot. That doesn't quite fit. Hmm. Just place the sofa on a regular piece and then go back to the Corvette build. Select the sofa colors, pick one, use the place color without the color menu on the next piece. Oh. Alright. Let's do the couch. Oh, but what color? What does blue and red look like? Oops. Okay, go back to the workshop build. Or do this. Yeah, the workshop build. Okay. Okay, so hover over the couch, right? There we go. Whoa. That's wild. What does this look like? Whoa. Oh, that might be it. That might be it. But I'm going to try a couple of these other colors. Let's just see what this looks like. Meh. I like the other one better. Oh, what does the teal look like? Huh. That's wild looking teal. That is wild. Oh, that's an interesting blue. I know I'm gonna hate this, but I just have to see what this looks like. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. That's terrible. Unless I change my mind later, I think this is what I'm going to go with. I think that's what I'm going to go with. That's just wild. I'm digging it though. Let's get a wide shot of this. Ah, that bright light is so obnoxious. Alright, let's take this out. Haha, nice. Okay, I need some light down here. Zoom in that a little bit. Kind of like it. A lot of fog. Hey, Geminis, welcome in. It's a wild one for sure. There's a couple of things I might redesign on it. Instead of having 3 spokes on either side, I might just do one wider central spoke. I think it'll look better overall. I don't know, I can experiment with it. Later on I'll turn the mod off to find out exactly how many parts are in here. But it's a fair amount. I don't know for sure that I've toppled 100, but it'll be interesting to see. This one was fun to put together. Has a nice silhouette. Okay. But I think that's going to be it for me, folks. I appreciate everybody coming out and spending some of your valuable time with me. It's fun to go on these adventures, build some wacky, wild stuff, and it's great to have people along for the ride. And I thank you for that. You can get rid of the fog and FX in the camera menu. Yeah, I do. I was just being impatient because I'm about to hop off and go get some dinner. It is kind of late for me to get dinner. Um, but yeah, thanks again, everyone, for stopping in. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. I Please hit the like button if you haven't already done that. And I do this on Tuesdays. And tomorrow night, I'm looking at maybe doing a super late night play of an early access game called The Last Caretaker. It's an interesting post-apocalyptic. You're a sole robot trying to restart humanity. I don't know why. But yeah, that's what your task is, to restart humanity and make sense of the world that was left behind for you. But it's a lot of fun, and I might do a stream of that super late night tomorrow night. So if you're into that kind of thing, stay tuned and meet me there. But until next time, uh, peace out, y'all. Have a good one.